World education. Why is education important?
Education is important because it is the backbone of developing countries. Also, education enables a person to become literate. It also satisfies the appetite for more and more knowledge and wisdom. Lastly, education enables a person to earn his or her own living. The downfall of education. Here are the problems with education.
Global Partnership for Education estimates that 264 million children were out of school during the school year 2015. In low to middle income countries around the world, 1 out of 4 young people is illiterate. The quality of worldwide children's education is not the only reason why millions of children is either don't make it past 4 years in school or have not learned basic math, reading, or writing skills by grade 4.
Lack of fundings. A country's lack of funding for education contributes not only to the absence of actual schools and materials, but a low quantity and quality of teachers as well.
Families are poor. When a child's parents are illiterate, unemployed, or sick, all factors contributing to poverty, the risk of that child either dropping out of school or not going to school at all are double.
War zones.
According to UNICEF, about 48.5 million children do not attend school because they live in war zones. In Syria, more than 2 million children are unable to attend school, with a quarter of schools no longer being used. About 50,000 education professionals have either fled the country or died in the fighting.
Child marriage.
Poor families often see no other option than to marry off their female children, a major cause of a lack of worldwide children's education, particularly for girls. Victims of child marriage are restricted from education by immediate cultural obligations such as housework and pregnancy.
Location of schools. School is too far away. Many children walk up to 3 hours to school each way. In an impoverished country where the children are hungry, disabled, and responsible for working around the house, this is simply too much time to invest. Additionally, long and hazardous walk can be dangerous, especially for girls.
Disability. There are 150 disabled children around the world, with 80% in developing countries, and the rate is increasing. 9 out of 10 children are not going to school due to their disability. The reason range from physical barriers to the negative attitudes from teachers to inadequate.
Child labor. 11% of children are child laborers, which comes to 168 million young people. Illness.
They or their families are sick. Even in first world countries, illness can be a huge barrier for worldwide children's education. Developing countries have less accessible healthcare, making it more difficult to prevent and treat even the simplest conditions. When parents have access to healthcare, they have a higher chance of being able to work to provide for their family.
Women discrimination. Females account for 54% of non-schooled population globally. This problem is particularly common in the Arab states and Asia, where cultural norms dictate a higher value in men than women.
Created using Powtoon.